Wow. Over 1,000 subscribers? After one video? In the first week? Is this real? Thank you all so much for the support. I've read each and every comment and definitely screamed into my hand more times than I'd like to admit. Originally, I hadn't planned on making a part 2, but your requests inspired me to whip this fluffy chaos up, so thank you. Hope you enjoy. The challenge. Sit on your boyfriend's lap while he's in a Zoom. Sakuatsu. Atsumu leaned against the door of the room Sakusa was working in, his tablet in hand and a smirk settling across his face. Hey there, Omi. Sakusa looked up at his boyfriend and furrowed his eyebrows as he clicked to leave the Zoom's computer audio. Hey. What are you doing here? Oh, you know me. Atsumu smiled slyly as he sauntered forward, swinging down onto his boyfriend's lap and nuzzling his face against Sakusa's cheek. Just basking in the presence of the love of my life as he works. He winked, his grin growing. I find men with jobs incredibly attractive, by the way. Sakusa's forehead creased. Why are you doing this? Not that I wouldn't date you if you were a bum, of course. Atsumu. I'm sure I could grow to have a thing for sweatpants and Cheeto stains. We are literally in the same Zoom meeting. Atsumu's smile grew as he held up his own tablet. Hinata smiled and waved at him while Kageyama scowled. In another box on the Zoom screen, a duplicate Atsumu from the camera of Sakusa's computer grinned atop his boyfriend's lap. Well, would you look at that? Hey, Hinata. Hi, Atsumu. Sakusa frowned as he leaned forward and muted them on the tablet. ... I ask again. Why are you doing this? Atsumu just stared at his boyfriend meaningfully for a moment before sighing and gesturing between his tablet and the desktop computer. Look. Omi. If we sit here together, then there are two views of me. Double the Atsumu angles. Double the viewing pleasure, eh? Sakusa's eyebrows furrowed, his gaze never leaving Atsumu's. Atsumu nudged his shoulder and pointed at his tablet again. Eh? After a long second, Sakusa slowly turned to look at the tablet before dragging his eyes back up to the computer screen. His gaze flickered between the two for a moment, considering. Well? Sakusa started to lean forward, his hands reaching for the keyboard. Do the face. What face? I love you. Or, Omi. Atsumu tilted his head and smiled softly at Sakusa. I love you too. The tips of Sakusa's lips turned upwards as he took a screenshot. That face. Omi. What? Did you just take a screenshot? Yeah. So? Atsumu gasped. Sakusa's smirk grew as he took another one. Omi. What? You did it again. Yeah. So? Atsumu chuckled as he leaned forward to squish Sakusa's cheeks. Or. What? Do you just love me that much, Omi? Yeah. So? Does that mean I get to stay? I never said you couldn't. Atsumu raised his eyebrows. Weren't you just complaining about it a minute ago? Sakusa took another screenshot. What do I have to complain about? Just leave the Zoom on that tablet so that there's no echo. Deal. Atsumu's smile grew as he flipped his tablet off. Pleasure doing business with you, Omi. Sakusa wrapped his arms around Atsumu's waist, smiling to himself. You too, Mia. Kagehina. Hinata twirled his chair into the hallway so that he could peer into the room where Kageyama sat in front of his own computer. PSST. Tobio. Kageyama didn't even glance away from his screen. You're supposed to be focusing on the meeting, moron. Hinata pushed off of the ground so that his chair spun into Kageyama's. But Sakusa and Atsumu are doing their whole couple-y thing. Well, I can see that, Dumbus. So? Don't you feel creepy just watching? ... Okay, yeah, maybe a little bit. Hinata giggled as he fidgeted around in his chair some more. Looking over at Kageyama, a mischievous smile started to spread out across his face. Well, if Atsumu gets too. Then, grinning, Hinata quickly hopped into Kageyama's lap. The setter started, staring down at him from beneath furrowed eyebrows. Boat. What are you doing? You have your own chair, idiot. Well, maybe I don't want to sit on my own chair. I literally just bought you that chair. What's wrong with it? Nothing's wrong with it. Then why aren't you sitting on it, Dumbus? Because I don't want to. So then what is wrong with the? Nothing is wrong with the chair, okay, Tobio. Maybe I just want to sit on your lap. Which moron would want to sit on me when there's a chair? Is that such a crime? Well, when there's a perfectly fine chair that your boyfriend just got you right there. Oh my god, Tobio, the chair is great. I just want to sit on my boyfriend, okay? Kageyama furrowed his eyebrows. So you're saying that I'm more comfortable than the chair? Oh yeah, kind of, I guess. Kageyama thought for a moment. Well then maybe we really should get you a new one because my lap should not be. Hinata groaned. Oh my god, Tobio, this is supposed to be romantic, you idiot. Romantic? Yes. Romantic. Hinata gestured at the computer screen where Atsumu and Sakusa were still talking with each other on mute. See? Well, why didn't you just say so, Dumbus? That's literally what I've been doing. Then your communication skills must really suck because. Romantic. Tobio, you're supposed to be acting romantic. Oh. Kageyama scowled, his face flushing. Right. Romantic. It was quiet for a moment. Kageyama stiff beneath his boyfriend. Hinata started fidgeting. Put your arms around my waist. What? Why? Because it's romantic, dummy. Do you see how Atsumu? God, fine, I'll do it. Just stop being such a dumbus. Me? I'm not the one who. Shh. Kageyama frowned as he wrapped his arms around Hinata's stomach and set his jaw on his boyfriend's shoulder, his cheeks red. Hinata smiled, snuggling in closer. You're such an idiot. Hey. Atsumu doesn't. Kageyama groaned. For the last time, I don't want to. Just unmute us on the computer. Why? Kageyama just glared at him. Okay. Leaning forward, Hinata reached out a hand to click unmute. Kageyama's grip on his waist tightened as he scowled up at the screen. Atsumu. Sakusa and Atsumu glanced up towards the computer, Sakusa raising an eyebrow while his boyfriend searched for the unmute button. Yeah? Turning his head to the side to face Hinata's profile, Kageyama leaned forward and slowly dragged his tongue up his boyfriend's right cheek. Hinata froze, his eyes wide. Then, after he had finished, Kageyama glared back up at the camera and scowled, his eyebrows tense. He's mine. Back the hell off. Atsumu's jaw was hanging. Sakusa, meanwhile, had scrunched his face up in revulsion. He burst out into laughter, ducking his head into Sakusa's neck. Oh my god. Omi. Did he really just? Oh my god. That was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Hinata pulled back to stare at Kageyama, whose face was beet red. Tobio. Did you seriously just lick my face? You said to be romantic, Dumbus. Oh my god. What made you think that would be romantic? Stupid, we just watched that movie on Love yesterday. That was a documentary about the mating rituals of wolves, you idiot. Kageyama flushed a deeper shade of red. Well, how was I supposed to know that? Hinata just stared at him for a moment. There were wolves. The entire movie was filled with wolves. Oh my god. I thought that the wolves were a metaphor. Were you even listening? ... We had a volleyball match to prep for, okay? Tobio. That is so gross. I can literally feel the second-hand saliva from here. I don't think that's a thing, Omi. But then how is it on my face? Well, if you didn't want that, what else should I have done? I don't know. Kiss me or hug me or here's an idea. Literally anything except for licking my. But the rest of his words got muffled as Kageyama leaned forward and pressed his lips square against his boyfriend's mouth. When he pulled away after a moment, the setter's forehead was creased and his cheeks red. Happy now, Dumbus? Hinata just stared at him for a long moment before his expression melted into a wide grin, his eyes dreamy as he giggled. Yeah. I'm happy now. Atsumu burst into a fresh round of laughter as Hinata cheerfully snuggled into a blushing Kageyama's shoulder. ... I have no words. Oh my god. The sound of a doorbell rang as Bakuto entered the Zoom. Hey. What did I miss? His expression brightened. Wait, if you all are with each other, does this mean that I can bring Aka? Absolutely not. His grip on Hinata's stomach tightened. You didn't miss anything. We were just about to go back to actually talking about volleyball. Atsumu tried to stifle his laughter while Bakuto pouted. Hinata, meanwhile, looked up to gaze at his boyfriend as he started discussing potential plays, the smaller man's eyes thoughtful. What an idiot. Smiling dreamily, he nuzzled closer to Kageyama's shoulder. I love him so much. Kiyoyachi. Yachi peeked into her girlfriend's office. Kiyoko was sitting at her desk, looking impassively at the Zoom display while her hands rested in the pockets of her oversized hoodie. Yachi yelped and jumped away from the doorframe, her heart thumping. Okay, you can do this. She nodded to herself, taking a deep breath. Yeah, you got this. Exhaling loudly, Yachi didn't give herself any more time to think before scurrying up to where Kiyoko was sitting. Her girlfriend looked up at her questioningly. Is everything alright, Yachi? Yachi bit her lip before swallowing hard and hopping onto Kiyoko's thighs. I'm on her lap. Oh my god. When she looked up at the Zoom, however, and saw 12 pairs of eyes blinking back at her, Yachi immediately flushed. Bad idea. Blushing furiously, she quickly lifted up the hem of her girlfriend's hoodie to duck inside and hide her scarlet face. Yes. Yachi squeezed her eyes shut and hoped that her voice wasn't squeaking. Everything is, great. ... So great that you're hiding inside my hoodie? MHM. The affirmation turned into a strangled noise and Yachi flushed a deeper shade of red. Oh my god, Yachi, what are you doing? But Kiyoko's voice was soft as her hand gently rubbed Yachi's thigh. Don't worry, I turned off my camera. You can come out now. Yachi tentatively lifted her head up to peek out the collar of Kiyoko's hoodie. Oh phew. Kiyoko smiled against Yachi's hair and pressed a kiss to the back of her head. Do you feel better now? Definitely. Thanks, Kiyoko-san. Yachi blushed. I'm not interrupting your meeting too much, am I? Don't worry about it, Yachi. She chuckled. I guess we're just lucky this sweatshirt is so big, huh? Yachi's cheeks flushed. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I must be making you so uncomfortable. Oh my god, I'll leave right now, I'm so sore. But Kiyoko just laughed lightly, wrapping her arms around Yachi's stomach and resting her chin on the top of her girlfriend's head. You don't have to apologize. I liked having you here. Yachi's blush deepened. You do? Really? MHM. Yachi smiled, leaning back into Kiyoko's chest. Would you, mind then if I stayed here? While you're working? Not at all. That would be nice. Yachi could feel her girlfriend smiling against her hair. Oh my god. She bit back a squeal. Okay. Ducking back into the hoodie, Yachi slid forward so that her head was propped up against Kiyoko's stomach. She listened as Kiyoko clicked to go back on camera, her hand gently squeezing Yachi's knee. Thanks, Kiyoko-san. Of course, Yachi. I love you. Yachi flushed, grinning. I really love you too, Kiyoko-san. Osasuna. When Suna opened the door to his boyfriend's office, Osamu was leaning back in his chair, staring forward at the Zoom with a bored look on his face. Hey, onigiri. As soon as he saw Suna walking towards him, however, the tips of Osamu's lips turned upwards in a crooked smile. Yo. His smirk only grew as Suna slid himself down onto his boyfriend's lap and leaned forward to rest his forehead against Osamu's. You on mute? Yup. Cool. Suna started to nuzzle his nose against his boyfriend's, their eyelashes brushing up against each other. You're cute. You're hot. They watching? Osamu peeked out at the zoom from behind Suna's head. His employees were just staring at the scene slack-jawed, shifting in their seats uncomfortably. Yup. Without so much as glancing away from Osamu's eyes, Suna lifted up a hand to flip them off. They still watching? Osamu smirked, chuckling a little as he reached forward and turned off their video. You're cute. You're hot. How long do you wanna do this for? Not sure. Forever, maybe. I'll have my secretary fit it into my schedule. You don't have a secretary. You can be my secretary. You just want to see me in a pencil skirt, don't you? Depends. Is it working? Undecided. You gonna end the meeting? Nah. This'll make them more uncomfortable. He smirked, continuing to rub his nose against Suna's. When we're done we can just keep our camera off and watch em squirm. Suna smiled, closing his eyes. This is why I love you so much. What about the free onigiri? That doesn't hurt either. But it's difficult to beat inciting chaos. Fair enough. Osamu laughed lightly as he reached up to gently cup the back of Suna's head. I love you too, by the way. Just in case you were wondering. Suna's smile grew. Really? I thought you would rub noses for 20 minutes straight with just about anybody. We're doing this for 20 minutes? Yup. I'll have my secretary mark it down then. Noted. Osamu grinned. So that's a yes on the pencil skirt? Suna cracked his eyes open. That's a maybe. Osamu shrugged. I'll take what I can get. Shaking his head, Suna laughed a little and leaned his chin forward to press a kiss against his boyfriend's lips. I love you, Osamu. Love you too, Rin. Yakulev. Lev walked into the room Yaku was working from with a broad smile on his face. Yaku-san. It only took him a couple of long strides to reach where Yaku was sitting at a large desktop computer screen. His grin growing, Lev plopped himself down onto the smaller man's lap. Wow Lev. What are you doing? I'm in a meeting. Yaku squirmed from underneath his boyfriend, but Lev just continued smiling, leaning forward to squint at the screen. Oh, you're off camera, Yaku-san. Do you want me to turn it on? Do I want you to know, Lev? Absolutely not. Are you sure? How are they going to know that you're focused if your camera is off? You're on my lap. I can't even see. Lev settled back into Yaku's chest, furrowing his eyebrows. Well that's not good, Yaku-san. You're supposed to be focusing on the meeting. Yaku just stared at his boyfriend, his mouth floundering for a moment. You that no kidding. Should I lean over? Would you focus then? Why how no? That's not no. You should get off. Obviously. Lev pouted, turning his neck around to look Yaku in the eye. But then you'd make me go. Lev, I literally do not have the time for this. I can't even see past your glorified deodorant stick of a. And I don't want to go. I want to stay with you, Yaku-san. Yaku turned beet red. Well how do you think I feel? What, did you forget your brain cells on the bus? I haven't been on a bus in months. Oh my god, just shut up, Lev. Of course I don't want you to go either. Lev perked up a little at that. You don't? No, I don't, you dumb Russian buffoon. Just get off of me and we can switch positions. Really? I can stay. Yes, you can. Okay. Now seriously, Lev, I need to be able to. Lev grinned, hugging Yaku to his chest tightly. Thank you, Yaku-san. Yeah, now actually get. I'm so happy. Lev. I promise I'll be quiet. You won't even know I'm. Lev. Still. Can't. See. The. Screen. Oh, right. Lev quickly stood up, and Yaku huffed out loudly. God. Remind me why we're dating again? Because you love me. Oh. Right. He sighed. That's inconvenient. Lev ignored him and instead scooped his boyfriend up by the armpits to place him into his lap as he plopped down onto the chair. Setting his jaw at the crook of Yaku's neck, Lev smiled and squeezed his boyfriend's stomach. You're so cute, Yaku-san. Like my very own keychain-sized volcano. Yaku turned red. Do not think that I am morally opposed to homicide. But Lev only chuckled, nuzzling his hair closer into his boyfriend's cheek. Love you too, Yaku-san. Yaku's flush deepened. Yeah. You know what I mean. Daisuga. Suga smiled graciously as he walked into the room Daichi was working from and placed himself down onto his boyfriend's lap. Daichi looked up from the Zoom to smile at his boyfriend, pressing a kiss to his temple. Everything okay? Yeah. Just taking a break while the kids are at recess. Turning towards the computer screen, Suga smiled. Hello, everyone. Sugar. How are you? Those students of yours giving you any trouble? They are definitely keeping me busy. How about you all? Did your daughter get into college yet? Yes. She's going to Sendai. Oh, that's wonderful news. And how about you? Your wife feeling any better? That medicine you gave us worked wonders. That is so good to hear. I was actually just thinking about your issue with the lawnmower. As Suga continued to cheerfully chat with his co-workers, Daichi just stared at the side of his boyfriend's face with a slight smile. Leaning in, he whispered into Suga's ear softly. How come you're more popular with them than I am? Suga giggled. Jealous? Daichi shrugged. I accepted it as a fact of nature long ago. What can I say? My charm is simply irresistible. Daichi smiled, his arms wrapped loosely around Suga's waist. That's true. Suga leaned back into Daichi's chest and closed his eyes, sighing happily. I don't want to move. Me neither. Can I stay here? Always. Suga grinned, his fingers absent-mindedly tracing the veins of his boyfriend's arms. After a long moment, however, he started to stand up. Daichi smiled at him understandingly. Back to school? Suga nodded before leaning down to wave at the computer screen. Bye, everyone. Or, already? No, Suga, stay. Duty calls, unfortunately. It was great catching up with you all though. Pressing a kiss to Daichi's temple, Suga started towards the door. Tell me if you need a big scary cop to get them to quiet down, alright. Suga laughed, flashing a smile at him as he opened the door. Well, Mr. Big Scary Cop, tell me if you need somebody to increase your popularity, alright. They love me. But they love me more. Daichi smiled. But I love you more. Wow, Daichi. That was real smooth there. Suga chuckled and shot a grin at his boyfriend as he shut the door behind him. Love you too, Daichi. Bye everyone. Bye, Suga. Asanoya. Nishinoya slammed the door open to his boyfriend's office with a bang. Asahi's head immediately snapped up, his eyebrows furrowing as he clicked his zoom camera off. Noah. Asahi. Ducking his head horizontally, Noah charged forward, straight towards where Asahi was seated. Asahi paled. Noah, what are you? For honor. Noah reached his hands out towards Asahi's thighs as he ran forward so that he could cartwheel over the larger man's lap. Asahi's eyes widened, and his face went deathly white. Noah. Oh my god, Noah, are you okay? Noah landed on the other side with a wicked grin, barely waiting for his feet to stop skidding across the floor before charging straight back at Asahi. No, Noah, don't. You're going to hurt your... For love. This time, Noah slowed his momentum so that he was suspended in a handstand atop Asahi's lap. Glancing over at his boyfriend's blanched face, Noya smiled and winked. Hey, babe. Asahi's mouth floundered for a moment as he searched for a response, but Noya didn't give him enough time to properly formulate a reply, for he was already springing off of Asahi's thighs and reaching his arms out to brace for landing. 4. Spinning around, Noya started to sprint forward once again, drawing out each syllable into a long battle cry. Glory. Oh my god, Noya, please. Asahi quickly fumbled to his feet, reaching out his hands so that Noya ran straight into his chest and was enveloped by his arms. The smaller man looked up at him with an impish grin. Hi, Asahi. Asahi just stared down at him, his eyes wide. Noya. What are you? Oh god, Noya, you could have been injured, or died, or oh god just, never do that again, please. Can I sit on your lap then? Yes, oh god, anything. Just please, never again oh god, if you'd fallen. Noya grinned and poked at Asahi's stomach. Or, look at you, being all alpha male. Asahi swallowed hard, his face wan. I think I'm going to faint. Oh god. Asahi practically collapsed back onto his chair. Noya clambered on top of his lap after him, petting his hair reassuringly. There. Oh god, Noya, why couldn't you have just asked to sit on me, instead of risking oh god. Asahi exhaled loudly and flopped his head down onto Noya's shoulder. Please never do that again. Noya just continued to stroke his boyfriend's hair comfortingly. It's okay. Let's not jump to extreme measures now. Noya. Asahi lifted his head to look straight into his boyfriend's eyes. Promise me you'll never do that again. Noya bit his lip. Noya. But, what about the glory? Noya. You could seriously injure yourself. Please. Noya stared at him for a moment longer before sighing and nodding. Okay fine. I promise. Breathing out in relief, Asahi's head fell down onto Noya's shoulder once more. Thank God. Noya's hands resumed their stroking motions, and he smiled softly against his boyfriend's hair. I love you, Asahi. I love you too, Noya. Even though you're going to send me into cardiac arrest someday, oh god. Noya laughed lightly. SHH. Don't worry, Asahi. That's but a minor detail. Asahi moaned. Oh god. And that's a wrap. I haven't actually written stories for the ships in this part before, so I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.